Hi chess friends, this is King's Executor and this is going to be a little training session for you in the French, the new opening on this channel. And this is a game, a very short game between James McConnell and Paul Morphy playing the French. And this is the advanced variation where e5 is being played immediately by white. The other possibility would be knight c3, and then there's the possibility of the winner variation where e5 seems to be practically forced because the pawn is unprotected then. So in this position e5 immediately is the advanced variation, taking away the natural f6 square for the king's knight to develop there. Let's see how Paul Morphy handled this. c5, c3, knight c6, f4, so looks very solid for white. Queen b6, adding pressure to d4. In this opening you really want to pressurize white's center and destroy it. Knight f3, bishop d7, that allows castling long if it comes handy, and also rook c8 is possible then. a3 to, well, this is designed to anticipating black taking here and here and then not having this square covered. So after a3 I think queen c2 is on the cards, so if black takes that off there is no knight coming to b4 kicking the queen. That would be one idea. Also b4 is the rather probable idea here, because if black takes this off the rook could come here and the queen would be badly placed here anyway, so a3 probably prepares b4 here. Knight h6 rather than e7, because the knight is coming to f5 anyway, but on this square you would block in that bishop, which would then be not able to capture on c5. You don't want to play knight e7 and white being able to kick your queen here. So this is why knight h6 is the move. b4, c takes d. Of course you don't want to close the position, you have to take on d4 here. Rook c8, bishop b2, and knight e5. And now you see no less than 3 black pieces attack the white central pawn. Queen d3, and this is the situation in which black is to move and win. If you want to spot the move, stop the video now. And now I will show you the move. It is bishop takes b4. That was taken in the game, and knight takes b4 with tempo. The queen drops back, and even rook c2 with tempo. Queen d1 and knight e3 with tempo. So the queen is attacked, the bishop is attacked, and you see that white's pieces are rather dormant. And in this position the queen is trapped, simply. It has no squares. All squares are covered, and therefore Paul Morphy won this game very nicely. Let's go back to this position after queen d3. I think in your mind you can just see a knight possibly harassing this queen here, and this is how you can see such sacrifices. If you don't forget the squares for good just because there are pieces there, you need your imagination and say, what would be the nicest squares my pieces could be in this position? And it's really obvious to a good player that this sacrifice must be played. And this is what you should train. Let's look at a second and the last training game here. This is between, let's just flip the board, Alexander Alekhine against a man called Vasic in Banja Luka, 1931. And this time white was the one to find a nice tactical shot. Bishop d3 here is a move which was really popular in the last century. The main move, of course, is e5, and after c5, a3, but bishop d3 is possible, of course. Takes was the game continuation, h6, and bishop a3. This bishop really has a nice diagonal down here. Knight d7, queen e2, takes, and knight f6. Bishop drops back. b6 was played. Let's just drop back. After queen e2, I have to mention that pawn takes pawn by black seems to be forced, because white is threatening to simply take here and the pawn is pinned to the king. And if you would say, okay, I play c6, then you still can take and afterwards play the same move as in the game. Let's just drop back into this position, queen e2. So there's a problem on the e file, and this is why black took this, and after b6 Alekhine executed his nice tactical blow and he won the game immediately. Please stop the video and search the move if you want to. And the winner is queen takes e6, check. And the only way, the only move, well, besides queen e7, which loses to mate here, is pawn takes. And then Alekhine played bishop g6, checkmate. Let's just drop back, queen e2, again, after c6, takes, and queen takes e6 works again. Checkmate. Okay, I hope you liked the little training session, and let's look forward to nice French games. Thanks.